Hello everybody, Dave here with No Name and No Brand channel. Yeah, don't subscribe. It's rare that I put out any decent content. But anyway, today I wanted to compare the Sur-Ron MX, so it's that 2018 Sur-Ron MX electric bike, with a real bike or a KTM. So I cleaned out my garage, or organized my garage a few weeks ago, and decided to sell some of my dirt bikes. So I sold 4 of my dirt bikes. I still have a few left, but I'm keeping this one, the XCW200, and I'm still selling the EXC250 with the 300 Athena kit and the RXV 550. But I'm keeping the XCW200, so I sold off the SX125, the SX144, the XCW300, and the Kawasaki KLX 300R. Those are gone, so I've got a little bit of room. So because I have a little bit of room, I bought one of these electric Sur-Ron bikes. Now, you don't really know how big they are in the videos and stuff because nobody puts them next to a real bike. You only know that they're smaller. All right, so here I'm down on my knee here. I'm 6'3", 190 pounds, so I'm 200-ish with gear, which makes a difference, right? So my KTM is a good, what is that? That's like 8 inches taller at the seat than the Sur-Ron. Now the KTM weighs 225 pounds wet. The Sur-Ron is 110 pounds wet. And it'll carry about 220 pounds of weight. So it'll carry 100 kilograms. But the whole thing weighs 110 pounds. It's like a mountain bike on steroids. Now I am not a mountain bike guy. I'm not a bicycle guy. I'm a dirt bike guy. So all these videos on YouTube are from these guys that are like mountain bike guys, and they're like, oh yeah, compared to a mountain bike. Well, I have no comparison to a bicycle, you know, or a mountain bike, because I just haven't ridden those in forever. But I can compare them to the KTM. So this is my 08 KTM XCW200 with the Scott steering damper. The front end forks done by Ride PG, so it's all set up for hair scrambles. It is a rocking bike. You can just putt around all day, have a good time. Don't have to worry about fuel. Plenty of fuel in that tank if you wanted to really run it all day. I'm a slow trail rider, so all I do is I ride the trails. So with respect to riding slow, 10 to 15 miles an hour on the trails, sometimes a lot slower, and I stop a lot to help my buddies, you'll notice first thing is the rear wheel of the KTM is much wider, twice as wide as the Sur-Ron. Now, that's going to be an issue for me because I can see that I can go about, if you look between the chain and the wheel, and the tire, sorry, you can see I have about 10 millimeters on that side. So I can add another 20 millimeters to the width of this tire. So it's going to be much wider, but it's not going to be like, I think this is a 130. It's not going to be like that. It'll be like a 110. So 20 millimeters less width than this one, which is acceptable for trail riding for sure. That's getting changed out right away. These are the bars that come with it. These bars right down here, not much rise, but since I'm 6'3", I bought these regular 3-inch rise bars. They were blue. They happen to be a really close blue in color, almost so that you'd think they came with a bike. Not close enough that if you look closely you would say, oh, those definitely came with a bike. Now you can tell, you know, they did not come with a bike, but you have to really look to know. The Sur-Ron serial numbers are on there. They're 15 digits, so if you think you're going to register this in North Carolina to ride on the road, you're going to need the certificate of origin, which you don't get from Luna Cycle. You'll just have a receipt, so you'd have to do something about that. So the headlight and taillight on the Sur-Ron is always on. I don't care about a headlight and taillight because I don't ride at night or dark. I'm only a daytime rider. So I did take this for a quick spin, but I haven't really taken it around. I just wanted to make sure it was working. This one, you know, it's my primary, so I've had it a year probably, and I've ridden it 5-6 times. It's my favorite. That's why that's the one I'm keeping. And I'm also keeping the electric. But my hope is that the electric Sur-Ron MX will handle those days where I don't want to lug a loud bike. That one's fairly loud because I am a slow rider. So I added the riser bars so I can stand up on the trails. I adjusted the suspension for me, which until I get to the trails, I won't know if it's adequate. It's definitely, I can compare it to the KTM. It's beefy. I mean, I think they did a pretty good job on the Sur-Ron on build quality. I put it together. It comes mostly together. You clip a couple bands, and then you have to put the front wheel on and the bars. So not much else. If you go with these fat bars, you'll probably have to shim it. You can see my shims in there because regular fat bars aren't wide enough. They don't have enough girth. So the stock ones, they're a little bit fatter in the middle. So just shim that. And then these, it's a little bit bigger on the ends, the regular fat bars are, so you'll have to pry the openings a little bit. It wasn't tough at all. Not really a concern. Yeah, there was no issues putting the bike together. It was great. Threw the battery on the charger, pops right out. Here's the battery cover. You do have to slam this down to get it to close. You can close it solidly, it's still not locked. You have to, bam, slam it. It's got a key. It's got a key to open this. You can charge it in the bike from a thing over here. There's a plug to charge it right here. And real easy compression and rebound adjustments, compression on top for that, of the suspension. So I would say first impressions of the Sur-Ron, yeah, really good. I think the rear wheel and the bars are the only big concern for me. Another concern is the rear sprocket's only a 48 tooth. Will this thing really have enough torque or guts to pull me up the hills that I like to go on the big bike? We will find out. I did order a 60 tooth sprocket, which will be here any day. And the chain extension, Unicycle sells that for like 70 bucks, 65 bucks. So I went ahead and ordered that just in case. So let's just go take a ride. We'll take a ride around my little front yard. I haven't mowed. I've been so busy working. But I did take an hour to put this together last night. When you turn it on, the lights come on. The battery tells you how much charge is in it. And you have this EP mode, which is economy program or whatever, and sport mode. So you just do a quick lap in EP mode. Hey. All right, full throttle. Nothing to write home about. Maybe if you're a regular mountain biker or dirt biker, you could write home about that, but you know, not much. And like I don't know if I would go through big weeds with that and see if it'll take us up this hill. Yeah, but it had trouble coming up that hill. Let's put it in sport mode and see what the difference is. All right, we're in sport mode. Whoop, wheelie. All right, so sport mode's got a little bit more guts to it. Seems to get going pretty good. Woo, spin. Wow. All right, let's do the same slow here and we'll see if it gets us up the hill okay. Whoa, jeepers, okay. Yeah, so, yeah, that had no problem getting us up that hill. Let's go do that again.